Hello, class of 2021. This is Mrs. Rios, and I will be presenting Finding Money for College or Career School, the Basics of Financial Aid and the FAFSA Process. This presentation will be uploaded to the Google Classroom, class of 2021, as well as our counseling website under the senior tab. We're going to discuss federal, state, and institutional aid, as well as what scholarships from other sources are. We're also going to help answer what is financial aid, who can get it, how much can I get, how do I apply, what happens next, and where can I get that information. Financial aid is money for educational expenses for college or career school. Grants don't have to be repaid, they're often called gift aid. Work study is money earned by the student at the job, often on campus, that helps the student pay for his or her educational expenses. This money does not have to be repaid. Loans have to be repaid with interest. And scholarships are funds that don't have to be repaid. Scholarships are usually based on academic merit, but they're also based on interest, hobbies, or financial need. We have a link on this slide that goes into more detail about the types of financial aid. So the basic eligibility criteria for federal aid is that you have to demonstrate a financial need for most programs. You have to be a US citizen or eligible non-citizen. You have to have a high school diploma. In your case, working towards a high school diploma. You have to be enrolled in a eligible degree or certificate program or in a college or career school. The student has to have a valid social security number, as well as males have to register for the selective service. You could do this within 30 days of your 18th birthday, and you have to maintain satisfactory academic progress in a college or career school. We have a link on this slide as well that goes into more detail about eligibility. So there are so many other types of aid. So federal aid is just one part of financial aid, and then we have state aid, and then we have local aid, or college have their own specific aid. So let's talk a little bit more about what our state of California offers. The DREAM Act, which is also referred to as CADAA, allows undocumented students who qualify for AB 540 to receive certain types of student aid, of financial aid, such as private scholarships, university grants, college fee waivers, Cal grants. It also allows students to pay in-state tuition at any public college in the state of California. We've listed a tech help number on here, application help as well. The link with the DREAM Act resources is pretty helpful. And we have a program called Students Without Limits that really connects students who need some additional help. We also have the link for the California DREAM Act on this slide. So how much student aid can you get? Well, that depends on your EFC, which is the expected family contribution. The EFC is determined by a formula that takes into account information such as the student and parents' income, and often their assets. How many people are in the family household and how many of those are in college? The cost of attendance, which is the COA, is determined by the school and may include tuition, books, room and board, and any other expenses that the student will use in order to attend that school. The financial need is then determined by subtracting the EFC from the COA. Because the cost of attendance differs from school to school, a student's financial need will also differ from school to school. The maximum awards listed on the slide are just that, maximum awards. There's no guarantee that any single student will receive the maximum award from any program. The student must have a significant level of financial need in order to receive maximum awards. Also, you should be aware that federal work-study funds may run out, so it's important that you apply early. If you want to find out more information, please go to the link included on this slide. So how much state, school, and private scholarships can you get? Well, that really depends on a lot of programs. One specific program that the state of California has is the Cal Grant. So the Cal Grant is going to match whatever information you provide in your FAFSA and your GPA, and they're going to determine what your aid is for the state of California. They have 3 different levels of Cal Grant, which is Cal Grant A, B, and C. Cal Grant A covers CSU and UC tuition and also up to $9,084 for private schools. You should also ask the college financial aid offices about their aid specific for their schools, and we did include a link for scholarships in general. To apply for federal aid, you have to apply for the free application for federal aid, which is FAFSA.gov. For state aid for the state of California, for the Cal Grant, you don't have to complete an additional application, but you do have to submit your GPA. Your GPA will be submitted for you by Mission Hills High School. The only thing you have to do to find out if you qualify for a Cal Grant is you have to create a Web for Grants students account, and that link is included on this slide. If you don't qualify for the FAFSA, then you do have to apply for the California DREAM Act, which is specific for the state of California aid. I would also encourage you to contact any financial aid offices at the schools you're considering applying for any other additional school aid. Make sure you check out the Mission Hills High School College and Career Center scholarship list. This is what the FAFSA platform looks like. You can apply using your computer, or you can actually download an app, My Student Mobile app. So they've made it really easy for you to apply. The first step in creating and applying for federal aid is you have to create a username and password called the FSA ID. This is going to serve as your electronic signature. And each student and a parent or guardian need to create one. So you can't share one. You have to have one for each. And one benefit of creating the FSA ID is that you're going to be able to sign your forms electronically. The FSA ID is a signature that is providing access to private information, so make sure you don't share your FSA ID to anybody. And also, please do not use your SMUSD email to create your FSA ID. Make sure you use your personal email. The second step in applying for federal student aid is that you have to gather your documents. This slide provides a checklist. If you click on this link, it's going to give you a checklist of everything you need. It's in English and Spanish. We also provided a FAFSA on the web worksheet, which is a really cool worksheet that goes line by line and everything you're going to be asked, so you'll know up ahead a time and you can sit down with your parent or guardian about the questions that you're going to be asked. This graphic just kind of shows you what you need for the FAFSA. I do want to remind you that it is okay to start your FAFSA, and if you don't have everything that you need to complete it, you can save it and always come back to it later. Okay, so now you've completed your FSA ID, you've gathered your documents, you're ready to apply. You're going to go to FAFSA.gov or California DREAM Act. You can start applying now. The application opened up October 1st, but I would really encourage you that you apply as soon as possible. You do have a deadline of March 2nd, 2021. Make sure you use the FSA ID to start the application because it will save you time and confusion. If you need any help throughout this application, you do have an 800 number. The 800 number on this slide is only for the FAFSA application, but we do have another slide that will go over the California DREAM Act. Don't forget also, you have not submitted, you are not done until you get a confirmation page that says that the FAFSA has been submitted. Then you can log out. So after you've submitted your application, what's next? So you need to watch for an email. And you're going to be getting a student aid report card called the SAR, which will list your EFC. And it'll also show the information that the student reported on the FAFSA. The student can then review the FAFSA information online by logging back into the FAFSA.gov website. If you need to make any corrections, you go back into the website and then you make your corrections, then you will receive a new SAR and the school will receive your updated information. The majority of the time, students ask me, well, I forgot to add a specific school, or I need to change the school that I added. And you can do that after you've submitted your FAFSA, and that's okay to do. Make sure you continue watching for emails, especially from the schools that you've applied. Any school that is listed on your student's FAFSA and that have accepted you, that have accepted you, will contact you to offer you a financial aid package. The school might ask for additional paperwork, either to verify the FAFSA information or to submit an application for federal aid, for financial aid from the school's private funds. If you fill out the FAFSA form in October before applying for admission to a college, it might be a while before you hear back from the school with a financial aid offer. The school isn't going to look at your FAFSA information until after you've applied to the school and they're ready to accept you. But don't wait to fill out the FAFSA form until after you apply to schools. You'll miss deadlines for certain types of aid. It's okay to submit the FAFSA form before you apply for admission. So this slide just includes a comparison worksheet. After you've applied for FAFSA or the California Dream Act, and then the schools have accepted you, and after they've sent you their financial aid award letter, then you're going to want to sit down with your parents or guardians, and you want to compare what that looks like for you and see which school is going to be the best fit for you. One tip that we have is that you use the same information you have at Mission Hills on your applications. Double check how your name appears on your official IDs and your school records. Um, does your address match, do school records match you are reporting on your financial aid application? So make sure that your address, your name, everything matches correctly. This is one way that the financial aid offices will delay your award letter. Where can you get more help? Well, we have the website, the studentaid.gov website. It has a lot of videos and a lot of information for you. You also have the 800 number here. The California Dream Act has a tech help if you're having issues with the application, or if you need application help, they have a different 800 number. You have a link for the Dream Act resource page, and we have the Students Without Limits, which also provides different types of support for students. Mission Hills College and Career Center is also offering some application support on Mondays from 2 to 4, and these are the dates. If you want to click on the link, you can sign up, or this information will be in our Class of 2021 Google Classroom. The Dream Act application dates are on this slide. Parents and guardians are welcome. If you are interested in signing up, please click on this link and I'll give you more information on what are the dates. So thank you for coming and being part of our presentation. Please visit our financial aid website. The link is on this slide for more information, for resources, for videos. And remember, your school counselors are here for you. The College and Career Center is here for you. You don't have to do this alone. Make it a great day, Grizzlies.